Haridas, who was my teacher, not my guru, but my teacher, he said, Maharaji sent you his Ashirvad. I said, what is Ashirvad? He said, it's blessing. What is he going to bless? Your book. I wasn't writing a book. So, well, I guess I'll try to write a book. And I wrote a book, Travels in India. And all the publishers turned it down. I said, that couldn't be the book. So I was staying in New York and giving lectures. And there was a woman in the audience who was a stenographer. And she took my words down. Well, she said, well, I'm going to do something with them. I said, well, put it in the trunk of my car, travel to California to speak at the Esalen. John Blythe, he says, where are you, a bag? My bag's in the trunk. What's that? He said. My words? Could I see them? Sure. I was leaving, and he said, I marked all the relevant things. Then now we go to Lama Foundation. Stephen Barbara Durkee and I started a foundation, a community called the Lama Foundation. Steve goes to pull my bag out, and he says, what's that? Same exact words. What's that? What's that? I said, well, it's... He said, can I see it? Yes, you may. And places with marked, with John's marks, gee, they good. And in terms of there are 5 artists at Lama, 5 of them. And we sat down with the words, and we pictured what pictures would go with the words. Now, the book is obviously coming together. I mean, it's what's that? What's that? What's that? And what do we do with it? Well, we have a box of it, words. Who would want this? I mean, who wants stuff about India and gurus and stuff like that? We thought about it, and I decided to go out on the country, as I usually do. I speaking engagements, and then whoever comes to then with comes to the speech, these must be the one that wanted the book. Right? So the speech cost people $1. This is the box. This is the box. And the box, my story, we called it Our Story, and this is my story that goes at the beginning of the book. And then there was a little thing called Painted Cakes Do Not Satisfy Hunger. It's a reading list. A reading list. And this is the cookbook, how to do yoga, how to do sadhana. And then we had sayings, each cut up. You could still stick in your wall or in your refrigerator. Being is dying by loving. Ram said to Hanuman, "In what light do you see me?" Hanuman said, "Ram, when I have the sense of ego left in me, I see that thou art the whole, I am the part. Thou art the master, I am the servant. But when I attain the highest knowledge, I see that thou art myself, and you and I are the same." Chung Su. Well, at any rate, they're for sticking on your refrigerator.
Well, the one you picked, that it's cool, is that there's so many of these, and the one about Hanuman. Ramdas, after he met Muktananda, he said Muktananda went on his first world tour in 1970, went to Australia, then came up to Oakland, and over one of his houses, or one of his rooms, Muktananda had written that saying of Hanuman. So that you read it today, you picked out everything.
Yep.
You picked the one of the Baba liked.
Here are pictures.
Gurdjieff. But here in my
So,
shine.
and then it's the from Bindu to Ojas.
So the Bindu is the point, and Ojas is the juice of life. But look at this. This book, look how they made it. It's like on brown paper, like that you would use for a bag. And the artists, these 5 artists, did all of this from the words of his New York lecture. But there was no book ever made like this, It was the first time, like, they put it in a box. How many were made, Ramdas?
1,000. Yeah. And they were given out to all the people
For $1?
for $1.
This page here is one of the most complex pages in the book, by the way. This is, if you look at this one page, it has more lines in it than any other page in the book. It's just an exquisite. If you look at the detail in here, it would take these artists so long to make one page. And then they put it on, no one had really bound a book or made a box, like a play box, you know?
So that was the box. And it was decided that the box was made a book. And this is the book.